Welcome back to Have Faith and Sandwich Book Reviews. Today we're actually going to be diving into a little bit of Lost. Lost, a great TV series I've been talking about for the past couple of videos that I've been binge watching. We're going to be reviewing season one and how it impacts the series and how amazing it is. Thank you. This is Have Faith and Sandwich. Hope you enjoy. Lost is without doubt my favorite TV series, but about Lost is that it is very quick, fast thinking, and it goes through. It's a very fast-paced TV series, and that's what I kind of like about it. But there are some negatives, positives. There's a lot of different things that revolve around Lost. One thing before you watch Lost, you always have to wonder: Can you take a lot of this kind of energy because it's a really rough, harsh TV series, and I'll tell you the plot. Lost is basically about these 40 people that are stranded on this island. They're stranded for I'm not gonna tell you much about it, but they're just stranded there, and they have and they're figuring out that there are others on the island, meaning that they are not alone on the island. And 16 years before, and I'm not going to get too much spoilers, there were people that were on the island. And they kind of have a soul and keep, good things like that. But you start to figure out as the series rolls on, there are people that are trying to attack them. And that is not very good. So it makes a big difference that how the main characters have to revolve around saving these people on the island. So we focus around main characters, or we focus around several main characters, which are Jack Shepherd, who is an amazing character. We have Charlie Pace. We have Claire Littleton, and then we have John Locke, and then we have John Locke, and we have Hugo. I forget his last name. We have Hugo, and those are kind of like the main characters that we have. And we experience. We experience a little bit of Sawyer, who's a character that brings in the plot. But these are all amazing characters, but they all have a reason why they're on the island. They have something that they're that want to do, whether it's revenge or it's simple something that they're trying to find, something that they're trying to do, or maybe they're just meant to be on the island. So each episode phases through something that I find incredible, and they go through back into their memory. So, like, um, for example, we go into Jack's memory as a doctor and his father who died, and how that was such an impact on his life. And as we dive into this, we realize that Jack has had an insanely hard life, and being on this island is brutal for him. So, and we dive into different characters. We dive into a pregnant lady named Claire. Claire's on the island. She's Australian, and she um, is friends with Charlie, or Jack is friends with Kate, and it kind of just goes on. I am currently on season two, so please forgive me if I say any spoilers, but it just season two is very different from season. I prefer season two better, but I might say like a little if I mess up or something, or if I say something stupid like I slip on something, just please forgive me. This is it's gonna be a tough ride trying not to spoil anything, but I'm only on season two, so I would hate it if somebody spoiled season three for me. But 6 seasons this is. 6 seasons, 131 episodes. I'm really good on the numbers. 86 Rotten Tomatoes, amazing critics. It's outstanding. It's on Netflix. You can go watch it right now. And it's amazing. But yeah, it just really makes it pop. And it's such an amazing TV series to experience. So I hope you actually enjoy to watch it. It's amazing about the character development too, because as you dive into these different characters and how they live, I told you a little bit about Jack. I didn't really tell you much about Sawyer and how he wants to kill this man that killed his father, that did all this and that. But that gets into that even cowboys have daddy issues, which is like a 13th episode in the first season. But we go into as the episodes go on, you figure out more about the island. That really weaves into the characters, and the characters are so amazing, mostly at the time kind. Kate is a fugitive, which means that she is a criminal, and she's killed people, she's done all this kind of stuff. But you'll dive into that. But yeah, they all figure out about each other, and then they figure out a few things. It's tragic as we go into the end because, of course, there's going to be maybe a few deaths, maybe a few accidents. I'm not going to say anything, but they might conflict with other people that they don't know that are on the island, and that's kind of what makes it an amazing show. It's not only like the lore and like the character development, it's also how the story is filmed, and it's because it's all filmed. If they go into the woods, something bad happens. They were attacked by a polar bear. There was all this weird stuff that went on, and episodes like 1 through 5 were amazing. I may do a part 2 on this. I'm not 100% sure because I can certainly dive into a different season, or I can dive into or I can dive into like a different topic on Lost. And I'm kind of thinking that as we like I'm on season 2, and I bang out like 2 3 episodes a night, so it's a lot. And depending on the night, I just keep on going. It's really hard to get out of. I know a teacher that watches like 10 episodes a night. Um, but yeah, there's just you really get into um the characters and their developments, and also the story is filmed so well. The story has very poor dialogue. It isn't really when you watch it again, when you see it once, you're like, oh wow, that's an amazing script. They did it amazing, but the dialogue is very poor. It isn't like I mean, there's some moments where they have like a whole what is it called, like a monologue. They have a whole thing where they're like talking, and sometimes when you're watching it, I mean, you never really get bored of it, but it just feels like it's too much. The things that they're saying are a confusing plot twist is another one. They're very confusing sometimes, and sometimes you look back at something and you see it. And I'm not done with the series, so I can't really say this because they might say something about it. You do something, and then the next few episodes they just forget about it. They're like, you know what? Who cares that person went missing? Who cares that that person is dead? Who cares that we're stranded on an island? The reality is that they're focused on like amongst themselves, where they should really be focusing on what the other things that are going around on the island, and that's kind of the negatives. It had its weak moments too, several times, but I'm not going to get too much into that because that is a review, and I hope that you really enjoy it. I would recommend to watch Lost. It's an amazing TV series, and if you find that poor dialogue or something different or like a plot fillers, or if you said, or if I missed something, please put it in the comments down below. Thank you very much. That is my video. See you later.